am a couple minutes late for what I wanted, but that's the way it is sometimes. Thanks for the cast. Anytime. I'm trying. My goal is to cast as many of the replays as possible when I'm not casting on the main channel. I will be gone for a little bit. Well, a little bit. For about a week soon. At the most. We'll see how long I actually end up being gone. But at the very least 3-4 days, I'm not going to be available to cast at all. So I'm trying to get ahead of all this. So now let's extract the zip. Perfect. And now... Alright. Game number 1. We're going into it immediately. So they do need to finish downloading this version of the game, but we will have to see how it goes. Hey, I should update the title. Let me turn this off. Fino and Ñofi versus can't connect stun. Alright, did the game just crash or is this trying to load in? I'm not even sure what's going on here. Nope, we are loading in. Okay, so now we're going on to our next series. Gonna be. Why are you up here? I'm sorry? Okay, I'm just gonna quit replay and restart it because I think something went wrong here. I'm just gonna restart my entire game. I'm really not sure what happened there, but it might. Was this on a previous patch? I don't think so. Am I able to cast games from previous patches? I think that might be what it is. Okay, so we'll see if that makes a difference. It's not something that's come up often for this game, so we'll have to see. Either way, I'll cast it. If I have it in the wrong spot, whatever. I will live. Everyone will live. We're just going to have a great time. Watch, folder, downloads, this one, this one, this one, this one. Yeah, okay, so it is because it's a previous patch. So this is going to be before the buff and nerf. So yeah, things are going to be in slightly separate spots. Things are going to be a little bit more awkward trying to get into the games themselves, but we're going to be able to. We're going to get started shortly. Let me just pour my last cup of tea. For every cast, I usually try and set up 3 cups. But I will say replay casts are a bit easier. Can I move this? Ah, there we go.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to default here. That might end up being better. I don't really have the proper stuff set up for this. Oh, jeez. Okay, wait. Sorry, I do apologize for this. I've never casted between patches. So it is being a little bit strange. And it looks like Ahiobs isn't able to work for this at all. Okay.
Starts for us in 10 seconds.
So I think we're just gonna run like this for now.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, good enough.
The battle begin.
Oh, there's even auto stuff. Okay, we can go like this. Is it just gonna be following Avina Quaker? Oh wait, we have. Ah, I remember what hotkey I pressed. I think it's hot. Some weird observer thing. Observe all players as E. Nope. Yeah, give me a moment. This is definitely a little bit of an awkward start, but I'll try figuring this out. I think it's just because it's a completely different patch. So, gonna be a little bit more awkward. Pause games. Okay, not that. Definitely not that. Probably replay. And Control T for that. That's expected. Okay, I think I know which set it is. I just need to find out which specific button it is, because it is on the observer. It's focus player count. There we go. It's still kind of following them along, but whatever. Advanced observer. There we go. I'm free. All right, now we can get into this. It's gonna be an absolutely weird overlay. I'll try looking into this as well. Oh yeah, I think it's because all my options are just overall messed up. Let me just lower the sound. Okay, so I learned it's going to be difficult if I want to cast games in previous patches. I might just end up downgrading the version and seeing if that helps later on, but we'll figure that out later. We'll see the talents over on the top. We have the timer, not much we can do about it, but I'll still be able to cast the games, and that's what matters at the end of the day. So now we do see Avina Quaker fighting onto Slick Rub over on this top side. So now both teams are just going to be grouping up into these objectives. We're already at a minute and a half into the game. Since I was just trying to get everything set up, this is good enough for now. Well, this is where the fights are going to start coming through. Avina Quaker able to land the Impale on a 2, but will immediately get canceled on. And now Don't KS Me Bro is going to just start pushing it away. And it is going to be the Thrall, but again, this is pre-patch Thrall. So this Thrall is a little bit weaker than the one we see right now. But they're going to be able to take out the siege camp and get the level 4 talents now. So it is going to be even talent tiers now for both of these two teams. However, Diaco just trying to play around this. Not going to be able to land anything quite yet. Indigo Zap also getting ready over on this backside. Mochu taking a lot of damage. Will not land the burrow charge on the side of Avina Quaker. So this is where the real... they do have a pretty good push already set up over in this mid lane. They have Avina Quaker will be able to just keep spawning out those little scarabs. And no one really to defend on this as well. Both their DPSs are currently on the bruiser camp, so they will end up losing pretty much this entire wall, if not literally the entire wall. But note, Slick Rub will have more than enough DPS. We'll be able to just clear this out. And now Don't KS Me Bro starting to DPS onto this bruiser camp. So they will be able to match this bruiser camp just a little bit late. The shrine, however, is already spawning over in this bot side. They will be able to have it, and first move is going to be favoring the side of Don't Connect Stuns. Now the Impale does land onto one, but doesn't land onto anyone else. They're going to start playing for this shrine, and the bruiser camp does go down now, but they're already going to be at around 20 different skeletons before anyone else is able to get back in here. Now the fight could be starting. Avina Quaker able to land a little bit of a root. But they're going to be able to pressure them away. And with that, they're going to retake control of this. However, they only need a couple more skeletons. Eric is taking a lot of damage over the backline, but will be able to get away just with that concussive mind. Now the DPS is starting to come through. They're able to land the drag over onto Mockery, but the Frozen Punisher does get secured by Can't Connect Stuns. So now they do have a little advantage. They have the level 7 talent here as well. However, the Bruiser Camp is pushing in for them on the top lane. So how much can they get over down here in the bot lane? They did take down a good chunk of this wall. They got down the first cannon tower. They're going to take down the gate as well. And Slick Rub just trying to peel for this Frozen Punisher so that it can deal even more damage over towards this fort. And they're going to be able to take it to about half HP. Probably even lower at this rate. They're just continuously DPSing onto it. But now look at the damage. They are able to land the Impale and the Polymorph. So much damage done on Eric. Both in Concussive Mind will be able to get a safety. The Pulse Bomb does land back on Avina Quaker, but with that engaged, they may have been able to save the fort. I have never cast or cursed in the middle of my sentence before. But that's going to be the first fort going down. Can't connect stuns. Going to get this lead immediately. Avina Quaker looking for Mockery, who's being a pain. Will land the Impale, but no follow-up ready. Now, they lost the mid gate as well. And the Bruiser Camp did deal a decent amount of damage top, but not enough to take anything down. And I just realized that this cannon tower also survived. I can't actually click it. Oh, it's up here. 14 HP left over. Now the fight is happening over this bot lane, over the siege camp. They do have the pulse bomb going to land just on Avina Quaker. Diaco's in the middle of it all, but look at the Lightning Nova just shredding in the back line. And now Indigo's up, trying to get into a good position. Slick Rob on top of everything. Don't KS me, bro. Will go down. Goes down at the same time as the tank, but the healer is also gone. Avina Quaker still trying to fight, and they're able to trade back the healers. And who's winning this fight? Indigo's zap. They're getting pinged. Eric will be able to get the final kill, but Diaco will trade it back. And the fight is continuing. It's a 2-on-1. Diaco will be able to win the objective. Will burrow to cancel it, and we'll get the drag as well. And it's a 4-4-4. And what an absolutely insane team fight. Now Diaco going on to Mockery. Not going to be able to finish off Mockery, but what an insane way to end that fight. Overall, 4-4-4 benefiting Fino and Ñofi. Now, level 10s have been hit by both sides. The ultimates are available for everyone. Some of them have been taken, some of them have not. Avina Quaker looking for a potential play, but nothing to be had. Does spot out Eric. But there's no play here. Mockery going to make sure to get the push over the spot side. And this is where the real pressure is going to start coming through. Right now, can't connect stuns. Do have first move on bot side. They have the cannons coming through. As Diaco is roaming down, Slick Rub going to get hit with the stun as well. They're just looking for some kind of extra plays, but there's just nothing going on here. And now both sides just kind of fighting for that mid priority. And with that spell armor, no damage dealt at all by the pulse bomb for Mockery. Impale gonna land, but just used to be annoying. But now Diaco taking a decent amount of damage from the backside, does have the drag available, but no target to aim at. Now Don't KS Me Bro is on the top side. That's where the shrine is activating. But Eric is pushing out the spot side. Diaco will be there, has the Brush Talker to join the team if need be. And they're going to be able to get onto Don't KS Me Bro. And look at that, they're able to land the Durance of Hate. That's going to go. And the Maineski is going to go down. Sorry, need to take the time to read that name. And now the Impale does land on a Slick Rub as well. Both sides just gonna try and fight over for the top side, but it is hard because if it is the Leoric that you take down, they will respawn very quickly and they will respawn at the fight, so the kill does not matter quite as much outside of XP reasons. And level 13 also very close for Don't Connect stuns. Another thing they need to be concerned about on the side of Fino and Ñofi. And I'm sure they're well aware of this as the fight is starting to brew. And now they do come through. The Brush Stalker does come through from Diaco. And they're looking for the play. They do manage to get the drag. And the Earthquake coming out. Dameneski is going to get caught out. Avina Quake getting out so low. But they are able to land the Cocoon onto Mockery. Mockery is stuck in the backside. Are they going to continue? They do have the Impale. They have the Polymorph. So much damage, but will dash away. And once again, very close team fight. 10 to 20 in terms of skeletons. However, Fino Ñofi does have the inside track for this. Now Diaco just going to go tap on the well. Will be okay. Will be ready to go back into the fight. Diaco looking for it, and they're able to land the drag onto Mockery, and Mockery will get blown up. And so there's no Tracer available for Can't Connect stuns. How much more can they get out of this? Without the Tracer, their DPS does get significantly lowered. They're jumping onto the Maineski, and they're going to be able to get enough DPS. The Maineski will get Polymorph just to help with the finish off. And Fino Ñofi, 2-0 in the team fight. Level 13 talents available for both these rosters. And Fino Ñofi looks like they are going to be able to secure this Arcane Punisher. And maybe they'll be able to even out the fourth lead that was happening over in this bot. That happened over this bot lane. Now this cannon tower is going to go down. But not too much is happening outside of that. Now the Arcane Punisher does leap. Not going to land onto anyone. Just going to get dashed away. But the Impale, however, does land on a Mockery. The Arcane Punisher is dealing a lot of damage to this fort. One of the beauties of having the Arcane. So much damage coming out from both sides. Phase Shift's going to be used to heal up Avina Quaker. And the stun lands. And the Polymorph. The Doggo is not going to land. The Feral Spirit. Not enough for the Maneski. He will be okay. And Mockery actually taken out quite low by the Punisher. And the Punisher completely forgot that this fort exists. Already wrote it off. Don't cast me, bro. Will make that Punisher not a liar. And overall, they're going to be able to even out the map pressure with the take of this top fort. So the forts are going to be evened out. One top, one bottom. So depends on which one they do prioritize. Skull Missile landing perfectly. But it's not the Skull Missile build. It is the Lightning Nova build coming out from the Mephisto. Coming out from Indigo Zap. Now the Siege Camp is going to get started up by Can't Connect stuns. And they should be able to just lock it in. But Diaco looking for the play. But now who are they going to go for? Still has the drag available. But they landed the Cocoon onto the Junkrat. This is the target you want. They do have the Cleanse from Shrouded Wind. Can they time it? They do have the Ancestral Healing over the top as well. But Eric will still go down. So much stuff used. But in the end, the Earthquake going to keep everyone back as well. And they will with a team fight on Fino and Ñofi. They are going to be able to win over onto this bot side cannon as well as they aim towards the fort. Now Diaco is getting zoned away a little bit just by the siege minions. I don't know if they'll be able to take down this fort, but they do have level 16 talent advantage. They could try to look for a play instead of hitting onto this fort, but they're going to play safe. They're just going to take away the siege camp. It's still going to be an extra advantage as Diaco and Mockery are fighting over in this mid lane. However, the Maneski is going to be pushing out this top lane. Gonna get the gate and the bottom cannon tower, so will provide a little bit more pressure on the map before Can't Connect stuns. Now the siege camp is going to get removed. Gonna be pushing in favor of Fino and Ñofi in this mid lane. Two cannon towers, both very low. Just need one hit to get rid of him. Avina Quaker just gonna tank that trap. And the main Eski is looking for the Bruiser camp. However, the side of Fino and Ñofi is coming, and they're going to be able to steal this away. It's just theirs for free. But the main Eski trying to contest it, but we'll just go down in the process. Mockery is here as well. Diaco does see it, and we'll be able to get onto the Junkrat. The Cleanse coming out, so Eric will be okay. They were not able to chain CC. Endurance of Hate has been utilized onto nothing in the backline. And now Mockery still alive, so they will be able to get the kill. They will be able to steal the camp. And now they also have mid push in their favor. But they're just going to back up and take their own Bruiser camp as Young Casting Bro and Indigo Zap are going to be focusing more on that. And they're also going to be able to take this Bruiser camp and time it in a way where they're going to be able to continue to fight onto this shrine. They're going to have the extra push coming out of the top side. So someone's going to have to deal with it. If they, and that's going to put them at a disadvantage over in this fight. And if they don't deal with it, well, they're going to lose more health onto this wall, onto this keep. That's assuming Mockery is even allowed to walk up top. As they do have Diaco currently watching that lane and even helping accelerate the push. That's how the Brush Stalker, so can get into the fight whenever. But overall, the first move is in favor of Can't Connect stuns. But the later it goes, Riptire going out over top. Diaco is in the backline, and they have the root over top. They have the recall. Mockery is going to continue moving away. Diaco just trying to deal damage. Endurance of Hate does land, and they're going to be able to blow up the tank. And with that, they're not going to be able to have any kind of healing. Ancestral healing not in time. And he will be going down as well. Now, Eric is kind of stuck between everyone. One more auto, and it's a 3-4-0 for Fino and Ñofi. And very fast tempo play coming out of Diaco as they're going to be able to get this team fight victory. They even have the push happening in top fight. And now they can turn back onto this Punisher. And the Siege Camp is also available if they want to take it out after. The talent tier is even, but it's very possible to get level 20 talents with this push. They have Diaco pushing. They have a lane where they get passive XP. Diaco is just going to ignore the main Neski and just walk right in. The Siege Camp also going to get locked in. Couple skeletons left. And it does seem like they timed it so that when they get these waves, they will have the level 20. Now they should be able to get this fort absolutely free of charge. No one's going to be able to fight against it. And now they're going to be able to take down this fort pretty quickly. And the real question is, how much can they get with damage onto this keep? How much can they get onto this wall? with the Mortar Punisher running through. So now they are walking up. Avina Quaker gonna be able to land the stun over top. So Shredded Wind is the one that's going to be tanking this, as the Mortar Punisher just dealing damage to everything and just being a pain overall. They're going to be able to finish off this entire wall, but the Punisher is already taken down quite low, so nothing else is going to be able to come through with this. They will get a little bit of damage onto the keep. I'd be surprised they're able to finish it. However, they have level 20, so they could decide to just turn and fight. They do land the stun. Avina Quaker is stuck on the wrong side. Will use the Bro Charge, but the Endurance of Hate lands over the top, and Ancestral Healing does come through, but it doesn't really matter because Shredded Wind will go down instead. And Avina Quaker trying to wait, does have the timing. Mockery, wow. Will be able to get away and dash away in time, but now they do land the Impale on a Slick Rub. Indigo Zap is getting caught out a little bit, but so is Eric, taking a little bit of DPS onto the side. So they were able to get a little bit of a team fight victory, but it's only a 1-0 with their level 20 advantage. However, they can use this advantage, and they can use the pressure that they got to transition towards mid lane and just take this fort. Can't connect stuns. They're already here to answer, but it is going to be a difficult answer, especially with their top wave. It is going to be pushing in. Drag barely misses off to the side by Diaco. And Mockery going to be taking a decent amount of DPS as well, as they just completely destroyed the trap. Diaco looking for the drag. No one to hit it on. Too many minions. Avina Quaker will get forced away, so they will be able to defend onto this fort. Very quick rotation from Can't Connect Stuns allowed them to have this defensive play. But the lead still in favor of Fino and Ñofi. Slight lead on the map. Oh, but Mockery may be getting stuck. The Bruiser Camp is available. But Avina Quaker did see them trying to just blind stun onto Eric, but will not be able to find it. But they have been able to force them off of this Bruiser Camp, and they're going to have the brush advantage. However, Diaco taking a lot of damage and will get stuck into the sides as well. But now, how much can they get outside of that? They did land the Endurance of Hate, but only onto one. So it is going to be a pick-off right now for Can't Connect Stuns. The fight is continuing. Mockery is getting stunned up. And Avina Quaker is getting stuck as well. Will use the Burrow Charge to get away. And they're able to land onto Mockery, who will be able to use the recall. And with the Ancestral Healing, will be back to full. But now the Mineski is taking a lot of damage. And so is Mockery. Indigo Zap just doing so much DPS on the backline. Will force them away. And again, they managed to get the kill, but they haven't been able to get anything in terms of map advantage. They might be going for it here. Mockery is going to get Polymorph. Don't catch him, bro. Hit by the Pulse Bomb. And now they're looking for the Siege Camp. However, their top side, they lost their wall, and there's another wave building up for the keep. Indigo Zap just continuously trying to deal as much DPS as possible. At the end of the day, the Siege Camp, I don't think they'll care too much that they lost it. Both sides are already max talent, so the little bit of XP is not going to make a difference. A little bit of pressure might help out a little bit, but not too much. But the wall goes down. A little bit of damage onto the keep as well. Not too much. But that is something that Can't Connect Stuns are going to have to watch out for. That is going to continuously push in until they're able to take down the top fort. But now the Bruiser Camp going to get taken out by both sides. Can't Connect Stuns and Fino and Ñofi. Both should be able to get it quite safely. But the Shrine is active. And this time, Fino and Ñofi is here first. Avina Quaker able to get it. But the Entomb does go wide, and that's a major cooldown utilized. They're able to land the Endurance of Hate onto the back, and look how much damage. The Mayneski leaves at 50 HP. But now they do have the drag. Shredded Wind is getting pulled away from the team fight. Will have to back off. But now the Skeleton's currently favoring, but the dogs do land the Feral Spirit. And now the Blessed Shield also lands onto 3, and that's just a lot of cooldowns utilized by Can't Connect Stuns. About 20 seconds until the next Entomb is available. They still have Earthquake available. And they still have Blink Heal, and I always forget what this ability is called. The Adaption. So Diaco is running in. The Earthquake has been utilized. The Mayneski's taking so much damage from the bottom line. Is trying to get away, but will not be able to. The Riptire does land over the backside, but it's not enough to get any kill. Indigo Zap just dealing damage to the backline. As usual, Slick Rub will also get finished off. And that's a 2-0 in favor of Fino and Ñofi. Now Diaco trying to roam around the outside, looking for an angle, but does not have the drag available. However, this Siege Camp and this wall, I was talking about the passive push coming out from Fino and Ñofi in the top lane. But with these, with all these different camps pushing into their top lane and their bot lane, they're getting a lot of value out of this as they send their 2 global specialists Diaco and sorry for forgetting the name, Fox Darkness out top to try and push everything away. Now the Arcane Punisher is going to be able to take out this mid lane fort. So that is going to be a fort in favor of Fino and Ñofi. And now they're going to have the mid push for them as well. But they are losing their top push. And in fact, they did lose their fort just having gone down. And they will get a decent amount of damage over onto this wall, especially with the Arcane. I don't even know what those things are called, but they are spinning around. Avina Quaker not going to take any damage at all from Mokri, as is typically the usual sense when you have that spell armor against the Pulse Bomb. And Avina Quaker is invisible, so Mokri cannot deal any kind of DPS over top. So we have reset again. And overall, I'd even say Can't Connect stuns definitely came out on top of that trade. But they got the top lane fort. They got a decent amount of damage over on the mid fort. So it's a 1-for-1 trade for forts. But overall, being even in an even state after that, after losing the objective, is pretty big for them. And now Mokri is going to go in. They do have the Entomb landing, but they at the same time they have the Durance of Fate. It's landing onto everyone. They have the stun. They're able to deal so much damage. Shredded Wind is going to go down. The rewind from Avina Quaker enough to keep him locked down. The Mineski will get taken out with the DPS. Same as Slick Rub. Riptire does land over the back line, but it doesn't matter. Diaco just absolutely charging forth. Will not land the drag on a Mokri, however. But that's still 5-on-2 for the map. They have other ways of going on a Mokri, and they're able to land the stun. And the recall gonna be utilized in time. But now Diaco is on top of Eric, and Eric has no way out. It is not a Tracer, does not have the same level of escape available. And now they're going to be running in. They're going to look for the keep. Now, how much can they really get out of this? The main Eski is going to respawn in about 10 seconds. Healer and tank also in about 20. Can they look to end the game? Do they have enough time? Because it is only Mokri, but the main Eski with the Entomb with the Silence could buy a decent amount of time, depending on how many they get. But they do have the stun. They do have the damage coming out from Indigo Zap. And they are already onto this core. It's already at 90%. The Entomb does come out, not able to really pressure anyone else away from it. But now 4 members are available for Can't Connect stuns. Are they going to be able to win this fight? It's 30% left. Don't Cast Me Bro still alive. 10%. Thrall is down. Don't Cast Me Bro is gone. They're pinging on to the core, and they will be able to take it. Game number 1 goes for Fino and Ñofi. All right, thanks everyone who's here to watch this series. I would like to apologize now yet again for this overlay. What I didn't realize, this is my first time casting between patches. So my usual setup, my usual observer stuff does not carry over. I'll try and figure this out for future casts, but for today, it's just something we're going to have to bear with. Now, I'm going to go for a short 3-minute break because this was my, I believe, 3rd cast in a row without a break. It's going to be a short 3-minute break, then we'll be right back with games 2 and possibly 3. Don't go anywhere. All right, and we're into map number 2. Let me just lower the sound. Oh, let's go to 29%.
Prepare yourself for battle.
All right, and we're going into game number 2 between Fino and Ñofi and Can't Connect Stunts. Oh, 1 second. I forgot to turn off the music. You can't hear it, but it is quite annoying for me. For Sugar Plum Fairy. Great song. But not one that I want to listen to right now. Now, looking at the drafts, we do have Fino and Ñofi going with the X-Strike. With the X-Strike into the Light Bomb combo. That I expect that's what they're going to go for their level 10s. And then on the side of Can't Connect Stunts, they have the Maiev and they have the Joanna. And if you're able to play well together, you can kind of force them to get pulled by the ability from Maiev. Which, let me double check what that is. All right, that's what causes it. I see. And now they are grouping over towards this mid lane. And it's going to be a little bit of a win for Can't Connect Stuns. However, I do need... Oh, Umbral Bind. That's what it is. An Umbral Bind is going to be able to pull back Avina Quaker towards this bot side. However, we do see a little bit of roam happening already. Indigo Zap is going to be... Or Indigo Zap, sorry. Is going to be walking up top. Just trying to get some pressure onto the Mainetsky. And the bot wave is going to get shoved away as well. But who's going to be able to get the first blood? Diaco is going to get polymorphed and hit by the scatter arrow as well. But does have the leap of faith to keep Diaco alive. And now the hook will land. It is on a Slick Rub though. Not the best target, but any target you hit it, it's still going to be DPS going towards the enemy. So, and once you get later into that game, with the further distance, with the more DPS that's available to you, easier to burst them down. But now they are going to be contesting on the side of Can't Connect Stuns. They want to steal away the siege camp. They want those zappers. And Indigo Zap is a little bit late. Avina Quaker can't really walk up. They have the positioning really well set up. And just like that, they should be able to get a decent bit of charge. But they are onto Mockery. But Mockery will be able to just jump away. Has the spell armor, so we'll be fine in the end. And they still have that second set. And both sets are going to fully crash. And most of the bot side wall immediately gone for Fino and Ñofi. Can't Connect Stuns, able to get a pretty sizable lead. Now Avina Quaker is forced to walk back with the Emerald Bind, but able to land the hook on Eric. But once again, no follow-up. Don't KS me, bro. I'm not sure if they DC'd or something, but not really participating right now. Fox Darkness is going to be staying over in this backline as Indigo Zap. Looking for another play. Shredded Wind does get hooked, but once again, no follow-up available for them. And in the meanwhile, it is going to be the double soak coming out from Diaco and from the Mainetsky. I don't expect too much action for them as Don't Cast Me Bro is back. Marker taking a decent amount of damage. Indigo Zap just kind of baiting. Looking for that little bit of extra poke damage available on through to the side. Now they are continuing to push forward, looking for a play. Avina Quaker does have the hook, but does not know Mockery's in there, so will not go for the blind hook. And Diaco, with the altars now spawning, how many are going to go to each side? It does seem like both offlaners will be able to get their natural, but who's going to be able to get this mid lane one? Or sorry, this bot lane one that's in the middle. Now Eric is looking for the play, but is going to get cancelled by Don't KS Me Bro. However, it is still 3v4. But Indigo Zap is preventing the Mainetsky from locking in. And now Diaco is able to get into this fight. So it is 4v4 with the Bush Talker. And they're able to land the hook, but it is on a Slick Rub. So no follow-up is going to be utilized onto that Joanna. But they're going to be able to get the bot lane pushed in. Fox Darkness using the healers fighting for the altars. And Shredded Wind will be able to lock it in. So it's going to be an extra charge going in favor of Can't Connect Stuns. Now it's a 2v2 fight over on the top side. Diaco is here, so is Indigo Zap, but it is going to be 8 points of damage going towards Fino and Ñofi. As Can't Connect Stuns slowly grow their lead. Now, in terms of the XP, it has evened out quite a bit. They did manage to lose some somewhere. I believe that was from the mid lane. As Indigo Zap was able to get a decent amount of XP there. However, how's this fight going to go? They did manage to steal the previous Sapper camp, but this time it's different. Mockery is still alive, and now Indigo Zap is on top. No more jump, and they do dash all the way through, and they're just jumping onto Mockery, who's going to be able to just walk away. But the hook lands on a Shredded Wind, and that is a great target, but the AoE cleanse is more than enough. And with the extra heal coming out, they will be able to peel backwards in time. Very well played by the side of Can't Connect Stuns. However, that being said, Fino and Ñofi, they've been able to successfully defend onto their camp. And now they're trying to DPS onto these sappers, so they're not able to charge into their fort. And they do seem like they have the pressure. They will be able to clear it away. And now fight number 2 for the same camp goes over. Indigo Zap dashes in, immediately dealing damage to Slick Rub. Now Vina Quaker is going to have the hook, not going to be able to land. It is 5 players right now on the side of Can't Connect Stuns, but no level 10s yet, so there is none of that Entomb action coming out. And it does seem like they're valuing taking this camp a lot. They really want this bot lane, but Shredded Wind is just going to get polymorphed and going to get taken down. They will be able to steal the camp, but now the fight, it's 4v5 with no healer for Can't Connect Stuns. And last time, that healer was crucial in Mockery's escape. This time, no healer, no escape for Mockery. And the main Netsuki also going to go down, so that's 3 kills for Fino and Ñofi. And they're able to defend against the Sapper camp, so Can't Connect Stuns trying to force a little bit too hard on a play that they really didn't need to. And with that, they should also be able to get this altar. So the game is going to be in a tied state when it comes to points. The XP, however, a full level lead for Fino and Ñofi. The buildings, yes, that's so far slightly in favor of Can't Connect Stuns. They have taken down the wall. But Diaco is going to continue with that. Has the level 10 now. And will continue pushing into it. And now the level 10 is going to be adaptation once again. With that massive heal. Slick Rub going to just walk away. Not going to get interrupted by Avina Quaker. But Avina Quaker is still looking for a play. Has the Gorge onto the Hanzo. That's the target you want. And Leap of Faith to pull him further back. There's nowhere to go, and Mockery is going to go down. And now Eric is kind of stuck in the middle of everyone. The leap is going to come through, and Eric will go down. So Lunara able to get the kill with Leaping Strike. So another 2 for nothing. They didn't really get anything out of it either. Level 10s are about to come through, so Diaco does need to be a little bit more careful. The Entomb is available. But I don't think they have enough damage to take him down, even if they do manage to get the Entomb on top. And now the Siege camp is going to get stolen back in favor of Fino and Ñofi. So how much can they get with this push? They're going to take the entire top cannon tower, and they're going to be able to keep DPS onto the bot side. And I recently learned just how good Lunara is at taking these. As the Armable Bind does land, Eric trying to pull Avina Quaker back, but does not have the distance. Diaco looking for the fight in mid, but will not be able to find anything. The main Netsuki does have a decent push starting to build on the top side, but Diaco will be there very soon, especially walking through the bushes. There's a lot of move speed. And in fact, he's even going to pull the main Netsuki back a little bit just to waste the Leoric's time. The later this Leoric gets to this bot side fight, the better it is for Fino and Ñofi. They're the ones that have the extra global presence. So it's really going to come down just to that. Avina Quaker looking for the hook. Almost lands on a Mockery and onto Eric. Kind of between both. Another Dragon Arrow. Only going to land onto Avina Quaker. How much can they get out of this? They are going to be able to pull them back. But Indigo Zap is going to not be able to land it in time. Blessed Shield, however, does go wide. So pretty big cooldown that was expended from both sides. Light Bomb used. Now X-Strike is still available for Indigo Zap, so that cooldown is still there. And now it's going to be 5-5. Diaco just immediately running onto the backside. Gonna get polymorphed immediately. Goes into stasis. Gonna burrow. And now they're looking for the play. They are able to get the pull onto Mockery, and Mockery is so low. Does get a Leaping Strike over top, but the X-Strike is still available. Do they have enough DPS? Diaco will get taken down first. Can't Connect Stuns able to take down 2. As Avina Quaker also goes down. Now, do they have any more DPS? Indigo Zap, 1 auto away. Will be able to dash out in time, however, as Eric finishes the channel. So that's going to be another 4 points dealt by Can't Connect Stuns. Very close team fight, but 2 for nothing for Can't Connect Stuns. Doesn't matter how low you can get him if you can't get him to 0. And now they're going to be able to clear this out. Should be able to steal the Sapper camp as well. and could even consider pressuring out. Oh, but it looks like the fight does come through. Containment disc utilized immediately onto Diaco. Leaping strike onto Shredded Wind. Will try to run away, but look at the light bomb lands on it too. Mockery is going to go down, and Demenetsky will run away, but there's nowhere to run. Diaco and Indigo Zap are both so good at following the enemy. And with that, once again, they're not going to be able to get the charge. They did steal the camp, but that's it. And another 2-0, so it's going to get evened out in the end. However, they are still up 4 points onto the cores themselves. But the camp is going to get stolen. Level 13 talents now coming out for CCS. And the siege camp will get stolen. Now, can they let this one crash? They do have good positioning for it overall. The wave isn't there quite yet, but looks like they're not super interested in that. Indigo Zap is going to walk forward a little bit. Same with Don't KS Me, bro. And they may be able to actually get it close enough. And 1 and 2. So 2 of the 3 sappers will land onto the fort. Containment disc does land onto the Lunara. Are they going to go for a Dragon Arrow as well? Going to go wide. Very good defensive hook coming out of Avina Quaker. And they're not going to be able to really capitalize on that containment disc. It is a short cooldown, so you can use it basically whenever. As Avina Quaker is looking for a play, but no hook to land. Now Slick Rub is just kind of blocking Avina Quaker, and that's the job of the Joanna, just making sure Avina Quaker cannot land a free hook onto the backline. But Avina Quaker has been bending those hooks around everyone so far this game. And now Diaco is on the backside. Shredded Wind going to jump away in time. And now Indigo Zap going to land the stun. Only lands on a Shredded Wind. Light Bomb has been utilized now. Containment Disc is on that Genji. Indigo Zap has to be careful. Will get leapt of faith by Fox Darkness. And now the damage onto Don't KS Me, bro, is pretty heavy as well. Fox Darkness trying to keep everyone healthy. Diaco going to get hit in the Entomb. But the hook onto the Mainetsky could be a play. But Face Rush is going to come through. Will get canceled by the Gorge. X-Strike onto everyone in the backline. And now they're just going to go onto the Mainetsky. One more hit. Is getting healed up and will be alive. Just barely able to get enough healing over for this backside to keep him going. And luckily for them, well, not luckily, they earned this. They played it well. No one goes down in this entire team fight, so both sides gonna reset. But it is going to be more dangerous for Can't Connect stuns. Level 16 is about to come out for Fino and Ñofi. If they can pick off Diaco here, this would be big. And it does look like they can. But at the same time, Shredded Wind will be able to blink away in time. And the Dragon Arrow! But the Emerald Bind not going to land onto anyone else. All the big cooldowns are coming out. Entomb in 2 seconds. Light Bomb has been utilized. Does not land onto anyone. And now Entomb is available. Chastise does hit onto Slick Rub. And when these fights last this long, those major ultimates do come back off cooldown. As the very first altar is going to get locked in by Shredded Wind. But now in the fight, they do use the Entomb. And will force out the phase shift as well. The hook will not land. And now Don't Cast Me Bro is going to get saved by the Leap of Faith. As both altars, despite the talent disadvantage, going to Can't Connect stuns. Another fight is happening through as well. Sorry if I had the timer on. That's my bad. Luckily, I didn't see it myself, so that works out. And now Indigo Zap and Avina Quaker are going to take out that siege camp. They're going to be able to steal it yet again. I don't think they'll be able to get the charge this time. It is in a little bit of an uneven state. But they are going to be able to get the push across the rest of the lanes. Eric is going to push this out. Going to be able to clear this away. So no sapper camp going to be landed quite yet. But the tunnel is now open, so both these teams can get into the map a lot faster. The siege camp for the side of Fino and Ñofi is going to get taken out. And since both sides now have level 16, it does get a little bit harder. But Diaco able to land the pull onto Mockery. Chastise doesn't land onto everyone. But look at the DPS and the Dragon Arrow over top. Leap Strike. Don't Cast Me Bro. Not able to deal enough. Mockery able to get so much damage onto Don't Cast Me Bro. But it's just going to be Avina Quaker trying to run away. But there's so much to run away from. It's impossible. Will get taken down as well. And another 2-for-0, which seems to be the name of the game. Both sides just constantly trading those 2-for-0s. But Can't Connect stuns are going to be on the winning end of that this time around. 30 seconds until the altars spawn, and it's looking a bit difficult for Fino and Ñofi. They haven't been able to land this Light Bomb combo quite yet. And they haven't been able to they've won the fight when there's no altars spawned. When the altars are spawning, that's when the fight's lost. So whether that's bad luck or whether that's mistiming, either way, it is going to cause more damage towards Fino and Ñofi's core.
Let the Gravekeeper's cronies reach
And it does seem like it's going to be 4 guaranteed for both sides, as Indigo Zap's trying to be a pain over on this top side. Just constantly canceling over on Damineski. Now Eric is jumping in, has the Emerald bind ready. And the containment disc will go wide, so that's not going to land. But the fight is starting. The Entomb does land, but it doesn't land onto any of the allies. They will be able to zone them away, so Eric will be able to get the push in. They're going to get yet another 4 damage. It's 28 to 12 in core HP, so it's looking quite bad for Fino and Ñofi right now. And now Slick Rub going to go for the play as well. Diaco is on the backside looking for him, for Mokrio, but not going to be able to get it. But the stun does come through. Indigo Zap able to land the light bomb on a dude. Eric will go down. And now it's just Slick Rub that is available here. And it is going to be 2 kills. I'll be honest, I didn't even see where I was looking for the Brightwing. I could not find them anywhere on the map. Oh, Gorge. I'm really bad at the game. Oh, I can't believe I did this again. There we go. I'm slowly learning the buttons. But anyway, Avina Quaker and the rest of the roster, Fino and Ñofi, they're going to start pushing towards this bot fort. And finally, they can get something with their fight wins. Because overall, they've definitely gotten more kills. They've been fighting better. It's just that when they win the fights, they lose the altars. But getting this bot fort is going to mean a lot to them. It's going to really open up the rest of this bot lane. Unfortunately for them, both of the next altars are going to be in the top side. So it's not going to matter quite as much here. But it is going to force Can Connect stuns over to the bot lane. And if they can utilize that pressure, or if they can utilize the damage from these sappers, it could be pretty big as well. Because if they just have Diaco delaying over in this top side while they try to push this. However, it does look like they are just going to send all 5 members top. And kind of hope that Can Connect stuns are the ones that are going to be defending. Diaco is going to have the first move through to this bush. The Maineski is in a bit of an awkward spot. Not going to be able to rotate up. And it does seem like Can Connect stuns is okay just giving up both of these. They know they're down level 20s. They know this would be a fight that they lose. So that's going to be just 8 damage. They were able to get the fort in time. But it definitely helps close this lead down to 20 HP. And if they decide to go for this boss, which I'm not sure they will, but Avina Quaker will start it. And with Indigo Zap and Avina Quaker, they should be able to take down this boss. And it hits for 4 damage, so it's pretty big for them as well. However, as they're doing this, they are losing their bot fort as well. They seem to be okay with it since they're not really answering this back. That's going to be 4 damage dealt. So it's going to be 12 to 16. And the game all of a sudden is pretty close again. And now Diaco is hitting onto the enemy tank. Shredded Wind now kind of in a bad spot as well. It does still have the blink heal, so we'll be able to get away. And the containment disc forced out of Eric. So well played by Diaco with the pressure and the blink heal used to dodge the hook from Avina Quaker. Now all 5 members are down here. And the fort is still alive, but the Dragon Arrow does come through. Eric going to land the Emerald Bind, but will get munched by Avina Quaker. They do have all 3 munched. Now Damineski trying to fight over the backside. X-Strike will be enough. Damineski able to survive. They're able to take down the Lunara. And the hook not going to land onto anyone. The stasis is coming through from Diaco trying to get away. But Diaco has nowhere to go. And that's going to be yet another 2 for nothing for Can Connect stuns. But this time, can they get more? They have the fort. The fort does not exist. Avina Quaker is taken down quite low. So many auto attacks coming through and will get taken down. 4 for nothing in favor of Can Connect stuns. So that's a very big teamfight victory for them. They can deal at least 5 damage towards Fino and Ñofi. However, they may choose to take this mid lane fort too. Get that extra 6. Get that extra hit off and get that extra pressure on the map. Now they're hitting onto this final fort in the mid lane. And in fact, they're not going to wait. They're just going to do both. Shredded Wind is going to solo it, while they're just going to take down this fort. As Shredded Wind is kind of waiting for that fort to go down before finishing the channel. We'll have to reset 1 or 2 more times. Okay, can finish the channel now. And that's going to be 6 damage dealt. And if Fino and Ñofi get hit by another 6, that's game for them. They're in a very tough spot now. The rest of their roster is going to be able to respawn in time for these next altars. But how much can they get back? 5 forts are currently in favor of Can't Connect Suns. It's a very awkward area to be in. And they have 2 sapper camps pushing. And in fact, if they're able to push these 2 sapper camps in, they could even win just off of this. But they need all 6 to land. And Diaco doesn't seem like they want to allow that to happen. And the Entomb does get thrown out. Not going to land on anyone. And Indigo Zap not going to be able to get any stuns. Diaco is gone. Zap is still alive. Indigo Zap will get hit by the containment disc, but they're able to get Mockery. Mockery is going to get gorged. And Eric is on the backline dealing so much damage. Mockery got to get finished off as well. And the Sappers still not... 2 of them have gone through, but only 2 out of 6. But this also means in a neutral state, they can end the game on any altar. So it was a 1-for-1 at the end of the day. The next altars are spawning relatively soon. So if they're able to get this one, they're going to be able to win the game. The boss also becomes a win condition for them in 2 minutes. So Can't Connect Stuns have a very good tight hold on to game number 2. So it's really going to depend on how much can they get done here. Luckily for them, they don't really need to worry about wave clear too much. The core itself handles it. The core is immortal on this map, so at least in terms of minion damage. But now they do have the push onto the side. Shredded Wind is here. Is going to just use the Blink Heal to get away. And the Blessed Shield gonna get utilized. But that's going to be a pretty major cooldown used up. And now Diaco is going to land the drag onto Eric. So Eric is gone. That's a very big pickoff that they had to get. They don't care if it's only 3 damage. They just wanted to get this thing off the map. They want to make sure there was no altar available for Can't Connect Stuns. But now the Maineski is looking for that top altar. Diaco is walking up as well. However, Can't Connect Stuns do have first move there. And now if they're going to try overloading it, though it doesn't seem like that's their goal so far, they could get it. And they are going to end up doing it. It was a little bit of a slow rotation. They decided to clear out mid first. But this could also be a potential fight for Fino and Ñofi. They lost their top fort, but what can they get? Diaco is on the backline, is in the Entomb though, and will get Leap of Faith to get him out. And now Indigo Zap able to land the stun onto the healer, and just like that, the Brightwing is gone. The Gorge onto 3. And Mockery does come down, 1 gone. Next is their tank, next is the rest of their front line. It was 4v5 to start the fight, and now the Maineski is going to go down as well. Has nowhere to run. Just a couple more hits, and that'll be that. 3-0 in favor of Fino and Ñofi. So they should be able to get this. They should be able to get this fort back. Just Don't Cast Me Bro needs to wait for another wave, or doesn't even need to do that. Has the little sentinel as they steal away the siege camp. Now there's going to be 2 altars spawning, and this is where it gets a little bit dangerous for them, because if any one of these altars crash, they still lose. They're only at 4 HP. Boss is alive. If Boss crashes, they lose the game. However, at this point, they could even start threatening the end themselves on the side of Fino and Ñofi. Very close game, 23 minutes. Who's going to be able to take this down in the end? Indigo Zap looking for the play. The Maineski does spot it out, so they will know someone's in the bush. Avina Quaker just kind of trying to deal damage on the backside. Fox Darkness trying to lock it in. They will be able to get the stun. And with the light bomb lands onto 3. The Dragon Arrow does land on top as well. But it doesn't really matter. Now the silence does land. And they are able to pull everyone away with the Leap of Faith. And now they have the hook. And all the food is starting to come out. Slick Rub, 1 more hit. Has barely any HP. Is healed up, but not enough in the end. Diaco just dealing damage over onto this backline. Has a drag and will land it onto the Brightwing. That's the target you want. Shredded Wind will go down. Eric starting to get very low as well. And the Maineski will go down. X-Strike utilized by Indigo Zap. Has the deflect and will not take down Eric. It is close, but Don't Chaos Me Bro will be able to lock it in. And I just realized they have this fort. They got it. And in fact, they're able to take down Hanzo. And with the boss, with the altar, they can win here. It's 4v5. Eric needs to 1v4 here to keep them alive. That's going to be another 5 damage landing onto the core. They have 3 HP left. And Eric, I don't think you can do it. I believe Will they be able to just trying to pull everyone off? Will get rooted. Will get hit with the X strike. And what a comeback. Fino and Ñofi able to clean up the series 2-0. All right, and that's all the cast I have for you today. What an excellent series. The best of 5 going all the way, followed by Fino and Ñofi getting a clean 2-0 stomp and a great comeback in game number 2 against Can't Connect Stuns. I'm not going to be doing any replay cast tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will be live on the Nexus Gaming Series channel with the Nexus Division semifinals, so be sure to tune in. It is going to be a very good game, so I hope everyone comes out to watch it. With that being said, I'm gonna go now. It's time for bed. Thanks all for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow night. Bye-bye, everyone.